Hey everyone, welcome back to FactSpire. Today we're stepping into the ring with a legend who didn't just change boxing, he changed the world. Muhammad Ali, the greatest, a name that echoes through time like a thunderclap. This isn't just about a guy who threw punches, it's about a force of nature who floated like a butterfly, stung like a bee, and left a mark on everything from science to history to the way we see ourselves. We're diving deep into some of the wildest, most mind-blowing facts about Ali, stuff you won't believe, stuff you've never heard, across categories like science, history, nature, space, tech, and human psychology. So grab a seat ringside because this is going to be a knockout journey from start to finish. I'm not here to give you a boring bio you could find anywhere. This is about peeling back the layers of a man who was larger than life. We'll explore how his brain worked under pressure, why his fights were cosmic events, and how he tapped into forces that go way beyond the boxing ring. Let's start with science, because Ali wasn't just a fighter. He was a living experiment in what the human body and mind can do. So, what made Muhammad Ali the champ? It's not just his fists. It's physics and biology in perfect sync. Picture this. Most heavyweight boxers lumber around, relying on raw power to bulldoze opponents. Not Ali. He moved like a lightweight, clocking speeds that baffled scientists. Back in the 1960s, researchers timed his jab at about 0.04 of a second, faster than the blink of an eye, which takes about 1/10 of a second. That's not just quick, it's superhuman. His secret? A mix of lightning-fast reflexes and a nervous system wired like a race car. Studies later showed elite athletes like Ali have thicker myelin sheaths. Think of it as turbo insulation for nerve signals, letting commands zip from brain to muscle in a flash. But it wasn't just speed. Ali's stamina was unreal. In his prime, he could dance around the ring for 15 rounds, barely breaking a sweat while his opponents gasped for air. Scientists call this aerobic capacity, and Ali's was off the charts. During the 1970s, sports docs estimated his VO2 max, the measure of how much oxygen your body can use, was elite, rivaling marathon runners. He trained smart, too. Hours of road work, skipping ropes, shadow boxing, building a heart and lungs that could go the distance. Take the Rumble in the Jungle in 1974 against George Foreman. Ali leaned on the ropes, soaking up punches in his famous rope-a-dope move, while Foreman tired out. By round 8, Ali's still bouncing, Foreman's done, and Ali lands the knockout. That's science at work, endurance beating brute force. And here's a wild one. Ali's punches weren't just fast. They hit with the force of a sledgehammer. Experts reckon his right hand could deliver over 1,000 pounds of force, enough to rattle brains and snap necks. In the 1960s, they didn't have fancy sensors like today, but modern studies of boxers suggest a punch like that could accelerate your head at 50 Gs. 50 times gravity's pull. That's why Sonny Liston went down in 1964 and didn't get back up. Ali's fists were a physics lesson in motion and mass, but it came at a cost. All those hits he took later showed up as Parkinson's disease, diagnosed in 1984. Some say boxing caused it, others argue it was just bad luck. Either way, his body was a battlefield where science played out in real time. Okay, let's shift to history, because Ali didn't just live it, he shaped it. Born Cassius Marcellus Clay Jr. in 1942 in Louisville, Kentucky, he grew up in a segregated South where Jim Crow laws kept black folks down. At 12, his bike got stolen, and he told a cop he'd whup the thief. That cop, Joe Martin, said, "Learn to fight first," and tossed him into a gym. 6 weeks later, Ali won his first amateur bout. By 18, he's in Rome, snagging Olympic gold in 1960 light heavyweight division. He comes home a hero, but segregation doesn't care. Legend says he got refused service at a diner, even with that medal around his neck, and chucked it into the Ohio River. True or not, it's a story that screams his fire. Fast forward to 1964. He's 22, facing Sonny Liston, the unbeatable champ. Ali's the underdog, but he knocks Liston out in 7 rounds, claiming the heavyweight title. Next day, he joins the Nation of Islam, drops Cassius Clay, calls it a slave name, and becomes Muhammad Ali. That move shakes the world. White America freaks out, black folks cheer. Then comes 1967, Vietnam War's raging, and Ali gets drafted. He says no. His religion and conscience won't let him fight a war he doesn't believe in. They strip his title, ban him from boxing, convict him of draft evasion. 5 years in prison, $10,000 fine. He stays free on appeal, but he's out of the ring for 3 prime years. In 1971, the Supreme Court overturns it 8-0, saying he's a legit conscientious objector. That's not just a win for Ali, it's a seismic shift for civil rights and free speech. He comes back, reclaims the title twice more, 1974 against Foreman, 1978 against Leon Spinks. First boxer to win heavyweight gold 3 times. History doesn't just record Ali, it bends around him. He's a symbol of defiance, pride, and resilience, lighting up the 1960s counterculture like a flare. Now let's talk nature, because Ali's story ties into the wild world around us in ways you'd never guess. Think about his butterfly and bee line. It's not just poetry, it's biology. Butterflies dodge predators with erratic flight. Bees strike fast and hard. Ali mirrored that, dancing around punches, then stinging with precision. Scientists call this biomimicry, humans copying nature's tricks. His footwork? Like a gazelle evading a lion, all instinct and grace. In the ring, he was a predator and prey rolled into one, using nature's playbook to outsmart bigger, slower foes. And get this, his training tapped into the natural world too. He'd run miles through Kentucky woods, building stamina like a migrating bird. In 1974, prepping for Foreman in Zaire, now Congo, he trained in the humid jungle heat, syncing his body to the environment. Locals called him a warrior spirit, and you can see why. His energy felt primal, like he channeled the raw power of the wild. Even his Parkinson's later on connects to nature. Research hints pesticides or head trauma could have played a role, linking his fate to the Earth's own chemical stew. So, science explained his body, history framed his battles, and nature fueled his style. But what about space? Next, we're zooming out to see how Ali's legend touched the cosmos, and trust me, it's wilder than you think. Stay with me. This is just the warm-up.